with the technology and changing in course. I just want to know that what is the mantra you had used to transform the attitude of people, Sarkari Babus, in your bank. It is a sea change. It is an excellent and amazing once you walk into State Bank of India branch.
Thank you very much. It's not easy and I will not take the credit myself. It has been a culture. And from the day we joined, the maximum emphasis has been on training and, passing down through generations. In fact, when I joined, our legendary chairman, Shri R.K. Talwar, came to address us. That apart, firstly, we thought our people should have self-esteem. So we have air-conditioned 14,500 branches, each one of them, in each part of, including the tribal district of Odisha at Raigada or Mukakchang in Nagaland or wherever, in the deserts of Rajasthan. That has had a good salute. And I thought, the corporate office is letting down the branches. So we ordered visitor chairs, just like the airport lounge chairs. So every branch you go to, we ordered on a e-tendering basis, selected 3 parties, L1 got 50%, we have to adhere to the CBC guideline, L2 got 30 and L3 got 20. So today you go to any of our branch, they have reasonably good, Third is the display. Now we have made it mandatory that the interest rates, what are we selling? We are selling time value of money, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Secondly, our staff also, some of the things we have tried to imbibe from our private sector peers, that there should be some difference in compensation to I would say, moderate performers and outperformers. So we have had an incentive scheme, but not in a way that allows them to do outlandish behavior. Now we have a simple product. For 100 rupees a year, you get an accident insurance of 4 lakhs through our general insurance company, SBI. Now SBI General pays us 5 rupees per insurance. So we said that 5 rupees goes to the employee. Who pays? So with this, now every employee feels important. Similarly, we have some, compensation for deposit structure and this. And finally, I think meritocracy. Because if people feel that I will be promoted or rewarded, not depending on what my surname is, what my faith is, what my language is, but surely on my performance, that is a big, big game changer. And to raise the image and prestige. Recently we held we have set out an advertisement for probationary officers in the bank. We projected the true compensation and the true opportunities. I am very happy and fortunate, 17 lakh young people. So we have to listen to them and make sure that the reward and punishment system, which is not easy in a big bank like SBI, truly rewards performance and says everything else is immaterial. And in this we use only data. And I am deeply influenced by the views of the great, I would say, whom I consider in many ways my role model, Mr. Narayan Murthy, of the great company called Infosys, which today employs about 150,000 people. So one of his sayings is, in God alone I trust. Everybody else thinks data. So we judge people purely on data. To the extent we can. We don't say we are perfect, but possibilities are shut through possibility, cultural.
Sir, Ludhiana, this city is known for MSME industry. So do you have any special plans for this region, MSME industry? And one more suggestion for this. If you instruct your regional offices and branch level to make an interaction with their MSME clients on a frequent basis, at least once in a year, if they sit with them, their grievance or their guidance, like you have guided so well to the this audience, and if they keep on sitting with them, interacting with them, they can pass on your guidance to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think Mr. Singhal also mentioned something to that effect, that training program. We'll definitely look at that. Basically, all units requiring facilities up to 1 crore. We have said that please come under the CGTM scheme of government. We don't need any collateral. If you have any collateral, please take it back. And there is a guarantee fee for being covered under this. I'm happy to say that State Bank of India bears the entire incidence of the guarantee, both the upfront as also the period. Now you know, we also got caught up in this market capitalization game. And people started saying, what accounts you have, what this you have. So I would confess that we have moved away a little from our deep commitment that we had to MSME, but it is time to come back to that. And in fact, we take your suggestion with a lot of respect, and my colleagues here and we'll sit together and try to get it done. And in this, what I have done personally, we have changed our organization structure. The Deputy General Manager who was available, places like Ludhiana, was taken away. One of the first things I did was to bring it back. And we have now today made sure that the Deputy General Managers typically have 200, 220 branches under their overall supervision with about 5 or 6 regional managers. We have our local head office in Chandigarh, which is broken up into 2 networks. Very soon we are going to have a 3rd network, which will allow the general managers to have closer interaction. And for the MSME, we have now increased the chief general managers in our mid-corporate group from 1 to 2. And that is why I am so happy that Mr. Joshi, one of the chief who is looking after the southern and northern region, is here with us. So we need to increase the contact. Thank you very much for highlighting this. We are aware, and MSME is one segment which is not on a autopilot or not on a conveyor belt. It requires constant interaction. We will do everything possible to enhance that. And if any further proof is required, I think I have tried to lead from the front and by an example to be here. And so we give tremendous importance to this, not only in words, but also in action.
Sir, would not it promote to the defaulters to have more time to repay?
For anybody with greater respectability. It only means, and secondly, it also does not give any waiver or concession in terms of the interest. It only gives them a longer elbow. And from time to time, every business, or most of the businesses, experience this kind of turbulence. I don't mean any insult or offense. The most respected industrial group of India would surely be the Tatas. Now the Tatas went and acquired the great business called JLR, which they had made a huge success, the Jaguar car, Jaguar Land Rover. Now we are a part of the financing consortium. Now after they did the acquisition, immediately after that, the financial market crisis happened. The demand disappeared, the financing arrangement almost disintegrated. Now they had to rearrange their liabilities. They thought that they will pay back all these loans in 5 or 6 years. But they said, no, it's not possible in the revised circumstances. I go to 9 years. So this is, I think, being practical. And restructuring is needed because there are useful assets or useful jobs that have been created. Just by being in a hurry, I do not think we do justice either to the job or to the asset. And even in US, which I would consider a very good example of competition and capitalism, there is a Chapter 11 bankruptcy clause, where if a company is not able to service its creditors, what it does, it brings all the creditors in a room like this. Some are secured, some are partly secured, some are unsecured, and then the creditors say that, well, this person gets this much, over this time this person gets that much, and the creditors also realize that the best solution lies in an orderly function. one of the biggest real estate companies went into problems because the real estate tenancies disappeared. Now the banks took over the properties, but then they realized that this person is the best one to manage those properties. So they said, okay, we close in on the property, but you become the manager and we will pay you 1.5 or 2% for managing and supervising. And this person had built a huge new development across the river in London. And today that place, Canary Wharf, is the new business center. Had the banks closed in and said, you are into liquidation, you are into jail, you are into this, neither the banks would have been better off, nor the businesses. So restructuring is only a way to understand that things have changed. For example, in our education system, most of us when we passed 11 was the school finishing. But now it is 10 plus 2 because there is so much to learn, it is difficult to compress in. I think that is realized.
So now from your talk, may we assume that you are really in for a CDR, everybody going for a CDR, which is happening?
One could be raised that scare, but CDR is a way out. Please recognize that there are finest properties in India, the most expensive hotel, but their projections about room rent, their projection about occupancy did not materialize. So the properties are there. Instead of collecting the loan in 6 years, we are collecting it in 9 years with adequate compensation for net present value. So I do not think we should say that every Indian company is in CDR. Not at all. India is the heaven for businesses, and I think we Indians have relatively lesser faith in ourselves. You see the amount of foreign money that is flowing in. They would give their one arm for the opportunities in businesses.
Actually, my question was that you had mentioned the Sunil Mittal success story. Sunil Mittal success story, Bharti Airtel. And sir, we see that after this Zile acquisition, they are sitting on a huge debt, something to the tune of 70,000 crores. But probably we understand that most of the debt is foreign currency. Sir, I would say that why is State Bank not having the big share out of it? Or is my perception wrong? Maybe.
Which is a client confidentiality issue. I think, so that is why I do not disclose. But we are extremely grateful to Mr. Mittal and his company Airtel to have given us an opportunity. And in foreign, the debts are of different type. One is at the time when it started called primary issuance. Then the debt paper, like the bonds, are traded in the market. So you can buy in the secondary market. We have deep commitment. And we are also in that. But please recognize that we are not a dollar. Our main currency, main basis, rupee. So for us, it is like, say, in the hotel, it's a food palette. The center of the plate is either roti or rice, chapati, rice, dal, sabzi and all that. And alongside you have the salad and the dessert and the curd, dahi. So that salad cannot take the place of the main palette. So the main palette would remain rupee. But yes, we need to diversify. But the farmer in Sangrur district or the farmer in, say, Madhya Pradesh or West Bengal or Tamil Nadu, it does not need dollar fund. But he needs rupee fund because the produce he will sell will sell for rupees. So we have opportunities for both.
Thank you so much, sir, for your almost perfect answers and especially your apt analogies and examples. And now may I request your classmate, Mr. Anil, your college mate, Mr. Anil Kumar, to please come for a word of thanks.
Good morning. It is my personal privilege to propose a vote of thanks for Mr. Pradeep Chaudhary. He was 1 year my junior in UBS Chandigarh. It is a privilege to listen to him this morning. And one thing which I noticed that he speaks from the heart. Unlike many bankers who have many things up their sleeves but wouldn't speak their heart out. So he was very candid in whatever he had to say. And I'm very sure that he changed the entire talk to what he meant meant to say otherwise to what Mr. Singhal, I think, almost forced him to say. But thank you so much, sir, for accepting our request to be with us. I know that you have a very, very busy schedule. In fact, we can imagine that being almost the first visit to city of Ludhiana, he has long engagements, but he could squeeze his time out to be with us. Thank you so much. I must thank all the officers of State Bank of India for making it possible, and I am very sure that this interaction would be useful to all of us, and carrying forward our relationship with State Bank of India and settling many issues which may have in our individual capacities. I once again thank the audience also. I know this is a working day because unlike many metropolis, Saturday is not an off day for Ludhiana. Ludhiana was almost 24/7, especially on Saturdays. So thank you so much to be with us. I again thank all of you. And before I invite you for a cup of tea, may I request Dr. Zahir to present a memento. Pradeep, Dr. Zahir incidentally is Dean of Basic Sciences, past Head of Department of Business Management from Punjab Agriculture University, one of the senior most educationists of this city. So, thank you so much. Please join us for a cup of tea.